Hello guys, today music has been brought to you by Audio Library and the song is called Voja.milan. Hello guys, in this video we're going to create some basics for HP on characters, on objects or something like that, because when you have an HP for anything, it basically determines how many hits something will take before it is destroyed, or something happens that you wish to happen. This can be used as a special sensor for, I don't know, jumping on objects, or like in Mario when you hit a box and it spews coins for a number of times. So basically this HP setup can be used for multiple games, and it's quite useful. So yeah, let's get started. Of course, we are going to select everything and delete it. We don't need it. We're going to go in Blender game mode. Now snap your cursor, goes to center, and we are going to add a plane. And I'm going to scale this in object mode. Why in object mode? I don't need it in edit mode because I'm not going to create a game from this and so forth. So it does not matter for me. This is just a plane for my objects not to fall. And yeah, I'm using it like that. Now I need a cube. This cube is going to be my target, and I'm going to give it a green color. And for this floor, just to have something, I'm going to give it a yellowish, some difference. Now, what do I need? Well, basically I need something that will be a gun that will shoot bullets, and I need a bullet. So bullet will be a sphere. Of course, I'm going to make it red. We can make it blue. Scale, I'm going to scale this in object mode because, of course, I do not need this. This is just a representation. You can be more careful and make this properly. So, and the third thing, the last thing we need is plane axis. So, what is going to be what? Well, this plane axis is going to play a gun for us, and it's going to shoot our bullets, our spheres, into our object. Now, I'm going to move our sphere into layer 2, so N2. We'll put it in layer 2. If you don't blame me, you can jump to layer 2, and here it is. Now we're going to go and edit our objects. So basically what I need here, I need for this empty, I need a very simple logic. So I need a keyboard, I need to be a space key, so this will shoot our bullets. I'm going to add an object, edit object, add object, what object, sphere. I can rename the sphere and give it the name bullet. So yeah, this is a fast tutorial. Yeah, keep that in mind. And it's not important. We can have here an XOR or something like that. It is not important when you're using only one connection. If you're using multiple connections, it is important. So, and good for us. Now we're going to edit our bullet. So what is going to do? Our bullet is going to do? Well, first off, we need to give it a property which is going to be bullet. Why is this? Well, bullet is very important property, and by checking this and setting it on Boolean. Boolean has only two values, true or false, and they can be modified in that way. They can have, basically, you can say this is true or this is false. That is it. Now, Boolean values are important because for us, in our case, this means this is a bullet. So if you want to say this is a player, you're going to say player, Boolean, check it, yes. And this is also important if you wish for certain objects to change their property from being, I don't know, static, or being doing some motions or something like that, or being invulnerable for certain periods of time. This is the perfect way to do it. For instance, if you, like in Mario, you wish to have your character to be immortal for 3 seconds or 10 seconds, you can basically modify the basic value that is not responsive. So in a way it will basically go, yeah, I see I'm colliding with these things, but because I don't have that property, they do not affect me. So yeah, keep that in mind. Bullet giving a property to each of your objects is very important for them to interact. Now, what do we need? Well, we need to have an always sensor. This is going to be our bullet, so we need to have a motion, and we're going to need motion. Y-axis should be 1, so we can see what we are doing. It can be slower, but for now it's not important. Connect this. And because we're going to collide, we need to basically destroy our bullet because it hit something, and for us we're only going to have our target. So if our bullet collides with our target, it is going to end itself. So end object by edit object option, and we need a collision. Seriously? Come on. Okay. So collision will end it, of course, with something that has a property target. Now keep that in mind, be very careful. Now, what do we need? Well, we can have our sphere to be static, or we can have our player to be static. For now, it's not important player, a target to be static. We can go and say dynamic, or it's not important, static is okay, but we need to have a collision mesh. Yes, it is a sphere, however the box is very useful for now and we can leave it in box bounds. 3D view, I believe we have finished with our object. Now our target needs to be, I don't know, dynamic, rigid body or character, whichever. Test out whichever you wish. Of course we need to have collision bounds. Oh look, it's a box. Yay! Now we're going in logic editor. So we need, the first thing we need is to have our Boolean value. Now Boolean, name it target. Be very careful how you name things, and when you check it, it is true. So this is the target, this is what we need. So let's create something that will collision. I'm going to need 2 collisions. Now from the first collision we're going to basically reduce our health. So how much health does one character have? 3 shots, yeah, should be fine. So adding another, we're going to add another value, and this value should be an integer. Integer values are clean numbers. There are no commas, there are no abstract numbers, and so forth. Clean numbers, 1, 2, 0, and so forth. And we wish for our character to have, I don't know, 3, let's give it 3 health. Remember, although I set my value to be number 2, and I'm going to call this HP, although I set my value to be 2, because I'm going to show you why number 2 is okay. So let me see, property, assign, not assign, add, because I need to add 2 HP, I'm going to add -1. So whenever, be careful, we here bullet, okay. Be careful with the naming of properties, because we need for our bullet, our sphere, bullet, okay, and our cube, this bullet over here property, they need to be same, because when we collide with a bullet, our target, we're going to reduce, we can always add, the value of HP by 1. Now the second ability, we need to have property, also bullet, collision, however, we're going to add something special. What is that? Well, property. We need a property HB to be equal 0. So the conditions here need to be met in order to end our object. Now, what is specific here? What we get with modifying our values? So of course I need an AND, because I need to have two sets of conditions met for me to destroy the target. Well, in order for our object in this case to be destroyed, we need to have our collision and we need to have our value set, HP value set at 0. Now, how many hits does it take? Do be careful what you do. Our basic value is number 2. On the first hit, our value will be number 1. On the basic 2, first hit, second hit. On the second hit, our value is number 2, is on a 0 value, because 2 minus 1 is 1, 1 minus 1, it will be 0. Now, on the third hit, we are meeting the pre-required conditions. That is, we have a collision and our value is 0. So be careful with this thing. You can set for to have HP of 50 or something like that, and on the other hand you have a hit that takes 100 and so forth. Be very careful what is the trigger here, because the trigger in this case is that our object collides with the bullet, and that the value before we reduce it is 0. Before we reduce it, because after the hit, the collision will trigger two abilities. The first ability will be to change the HP by -1, basically putting it in -1 ability, in -1 negative, and the second one is collision plus the basic value of the property. Now, do be careful what you do with this. Keep in mind you can mess this up easily, so yeah. Test this a couple of times and you'll see what you need. So adding a negative value will basically set our property to -1, 1 and 0, and once the condition is met, we will have our object be destroyed. So let's test this out. First hit, oops, dynamic, mass, I'll give it 10, I think this should be fine. Let's try, oh god, let's try rigid body. Nope. Character. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Destruction. So do be careful with this, because if you set your properties, for instance, one hit of a weapon deals negative, you have to be careful in logics and basically not say equal, say less than 0. So you have to be careful with your triggers. What is your trigger? If something sets you on less value than 0 or something like that, be careful what you do with your properties. I can set this on value 1 and set it less than 1, and again I'm going to be destroyed, my object is going to be destroyed, my target is going to be destroyed after 3 hits. 1, 2, 3. Okay? Okay. And this is it for this tutorial. Of course, you can download this file as usual from the torrent site. And a little heads up for the torrent site. I'm going to merge my torrents into one file. Basically, after some 10-11 files, I'm going to merge in one, and do that again once I hit a similar number and so forth. I believe it will be much easier for everybody to I do apologize for everybody to download. Oh god. Yeah, have a nice day, guys. And see you next time. Oh god.